Welcome back, everybody, to Forgotten Fates, a Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 edition campaign. We are currently in Season 2, Week 5, going into our last hour. This is going to be the Nancy Drew version of the series. So I just told Ardo he's got to hide the poison vials back in the tent, and that's where we left off. He's back at the tent.
All right, Ardo, you've made it back into the tent.
All right.
The body's still laying there on the floor. Looks a little paler than before, and horrific expression.
Interesting. I put the vials back on the desk.
All right.
And I use my cloak of invisibility charge again and leave.
All right. He puts on another charge of the cloak and exits from the tent. No one being the wiser. Dermot, you lead them around on a merry chase.
Yeah, fake.
Come around the corner. Yeah. You come around the corner, run into a man you kind of recognize from before. He's just like, goes back in the tent and closes it.
I leer at him like, shut your mouth.
And right up to the blue tent.
What was the guy's name again?
This is Charles. Charles is with you.
Now, Charles, the smell is coming from here.
This is Melof's tent.
You don't say. Wait, I knew that because you sent me here. That's right. that played out exactly like that. Not even, yeah.
Well, you said he was out?
Well, he wasn't answering.
He goes and starts to open the flap. And oh heavens! He's been murdered!
Oh my god, what happened?
It seems someone's tried to take his head clean off with an axe.
And
he's been run through?
Who would do such a thing? But wait, why is the smell of the poison coming from here?
Hey, look. Those on the table?
You don't think that the brother might have been trying to kill the mayor? Do you?
Maybe so. He was a cruel bastard. He kicks the corpse. But who killed him?
Some brave vigilante, methinks. Maybe he knew all along?
You just see him turn around and sit down on the fat brother. But what do we do now?
Well, I think we get the villagers back to the cave, or back to the what do they call it? The shelter. We informed them that the mayor was killed by his devious brother, and some brave adventurer took care of the brother.
I guess leadership's gonna fall to Rod.
Is Rod okay? Is he a good person?
Is Rod okay?
Should we worry about Rod, or is he good?
He'll be fine. He's a bit cold, but nothing like this bastard was.
Okay, just checking. This place is a little...
But
no reason. I wasn't checking for any reason.
If you would go get Rod, his tent's over there with the horse beside it. He leans out. I guess he's not even roused yet.
I step out of the tent.
I'll see to the mess.
Decided. I thought I got rid of the horse.
I step out of the tent and I just yell, "Rod!" as I walk
You don't
over.
see any movement from the tent.
Oh, Charles, we may have a problem.
He starts. Can you deal with that? One thing at a time.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'll go deal with... Do you want me to deal with Charles?
Charles.
Get Rod. Get Rod.
Oh, Rod. Sorry, my bad. All you people and your names. I hate human names. They all sound the same.
Charles Rod.
You see, as you're walking over there, you see Gretchen exit Rod's tent and then head off into the chaos.
Oh, God. Okay.
I kind of nodded her, like, knowingly.
You see Rod exit right afterwards with a grin.
Rod!
Oh,
Oh, Rod's alive.
how,
Oh,
how can I
see.
help you?
Have you heard?
Hurt
Have you
what?
helped
You're the
yourself?
boss?
You don't say.
I do.
How could that have happened?
I don't know.
Well,
Well,
Both of the Wolf brothers dead in the same night?
it's quite
Huh.
convenient, wouldn't you say?
Man, and after the festivities, I was so tired I went back to sleep. Wow. That's just.
Right, I wink at him.
Well, I guess I'll start running the show for the next 10 years or so.
Why just 10? Oh, wait, never mind. You know, did you make a deal? Never mind, never mind.
Well, let's get everyone to safety then. I just got to figure out how to open that door.
Oh,
He starts packing up his stuff at once.
there's wolves.
the strange wolves chasing us, apparently.
So you've got Rod starts gathering up his stuff in front of you now in a hurried motion.
So, Rod, what do you want us to do with the mayor's body and the corpse of his brother?
Oh, leave them? What use are they now?
Good point.
Weren't much use before either, were they?
I'll go get Charles.
Okay.
Charles!
My head.
Yes? About that problem? What is it?
He's okay. He's okay.
Oh, good.
False alarm.
Finally.
False
Some
alarm.
good news.
Yes. Oh, you know
What a
what?
night.
It's coming up. It's coming up quite well. Other than the deaths, it's quite good news tonight, actually.
Well, good. There doesn't really seem to be anything of use here, and I figure cremation will serve him good.
Yeah, Rod said just leave him.
Good thinking.
Yeah.
I might like that.
I'm going to take the vials of poison just to make sure they don't fall into the wrong hands.
Also good thinking. You see him come out, and he grabs one of the torches from the side and just throws it into the tent.
Well, that escalated quickly.
How many spells did I have to cast to get the scrolls? All of them?
You used all of them.
Okay.
To find them. So back at the mayor's tent, I'm assuming that's where y'all are heading now, right?
Yeah. Charles and I'll head back to the head. Charles, get on my head,
Art-
Charles.
Ardo,
Mm-hmm.
where are you headed?
So I did the vials and then I went back to the cart. I guess I'm going back to the mayor's tent because that's where the cart is.
That sounds good. And you were praying over the body while you were going through the scrolls. So you've got your scrolls together. You're finished with your prayer, and Ardo and Dermot reapproach, and everyone's back together again, except for
And Reginald was loading up our wagon with the mayor's.
yeah. He loaded the wagon that you like you said. with
Where
the mayor's
is
books.
the coat? God. By Morden's beard, he's...
I'm a little confused. I found 3 scrolls. I thought there were only 2 scrolls. Do they have different names?
I was the one who originally looked at them, was I not?
Right.
I said yes. There were only 2, right? Because was there only 2?
Yeah.
Can I see those?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I figure out which one is the odd one out.
It takes you pretty quickly. You go through the first one, second one, and on the third one you open up, and it talks about this tomb of Caradun.
I say this
t-
one is new.
Dun, dun, dun.
Apparently, there was a curse on the Caradun family. They had exchanged their lineage for riches beyond belief. It was supposed to be buried with them.
I hand it to Kel so he can read it.
I already read it.
Okay.
Apparently, they got a bum deal out of it. From what it describes is the way that they worded their question. They were entombed with their riches, soul snapping.
Ah,
It doesn't go into great detail on it. It's just trying to describe it the best, like secondhand knowledge, basically.
So they exchanged their riches for what? Shelter?
They exchanged their souls for untold riches, but worded it incorrectly in the deal. Lost their souls and were buried with their riches.
Okay.
And somehow this curse could be passed on to anyone that went in and found the bodies. But supposedly the place has been robbed blind, right? That's what they said.
Wait, what's
the
the
curse
word?
could be.
The bodies or the gold? This is
The what?
important.
Yeah, it's probably the gold.
Most definitely the gold.
Well, that sucks.
So it also tells the one treasure that's in the deepest part of the ruins is a special rod. And you've heard of such a thing before. You can use it to enter a non-space area where you're safe. You actually enter into the rod, basically, into a pocket dimension of sorts.
And what happens to the rod if everybody goes in? Does it fall to the ground?
Yep, and lays there until you return.
You can choose when you exit the rod, according to this legend.
Yes.
Interesting. And dangerous. Oh, hey, look at this random rod. Randomly, people come out of the rod. Hi.
Your understanding of these kind of things is they do provide fresh food and everything while you're there, and it's a peaceful experience, but risky in its own sense.
Ah, so that's how people
And that's-
escaped the volcano.
You quickly
I see what
connect a shelter.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Now you impart that to the others how you see fit, or they heard what I said. Either way, you want to do it.
Which one of us?
Y'all are all there, so I imagine she's reading. Are you reading it aloud
Yeah.
to them?
I wouldn't have read it aloud. I would have just read it to myself, and just.
So
said-
all of you and Charles and Reginald.
Paraphrased it as you went.
I don't think I would have read it out to them. I
Oh,
would just.
you read it in Dwarven.
I would have just read it to myself, like in my own inner monologue, and showed it to Kel and been like, "This one was the odd one out."
Okay.
Unless Kel read it out loud.
No, I already know what it says.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
I just don't know which one was the odd one out.
Yeah, okay. So I'm not sure where this one was kept,
Well, do you
but
know?
we might be able to find a way in with this one.
Okay, as long as you know how to keep us safe, I think we got to get going.
I couldn't agree more.
Oh yeah, just to get you caught up, it appears that the brother killed the mayor, poisoned him to death, and then some unknown vigilante killed the brother, and now Rod's in charge.
The blacksmith?
Yes,
His name is Rod.
yes.
How
Spare the
convenient. How convenient.
What are the other two scrolls? Do I know? Yeah.
Yeah, you know now. It was just the basic legend from earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, but
The stuff that
they're just written wording scrolls, not
Yeah.
scroll
Common,
scrolls?
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Are you talking about the other scrolls, not these three? It was just different stories from the area. You might want to keep them. Basically, they would add to your repertoire.
A book of basket weaving.
So I just found a bunch of legend scrolls.
Underwater
Yes.
basket weaving.
Yeah, they would've been-
Underwater basket weaving.
They would have been like, nope, not the one I'm looking for. Nope, in the backpack. Nope,
Right.
in the backpack. Okay. He's dead. He
So-
won't need these. He's dead. He won't need these.
So
So,
we've got y'all.
did Darren come back now, or was he in?
Yeah,
the...
you're all together.
So did you find the brother?
Yeah, I just gave you the update.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that part. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brother killed the mayor. Mayor's dead. Unknown vigilante. Nobody
Oh,
knows.
you were actually saying that. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that solves that case in a neat little package.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it? It's quite amazing, really.
I hate to break
So
up the
where's
party.
our hobgoblin?
Does it matter if we're going to die from a volcano?
Good point. Couldn't really care less, actually.
I mean, he'll catch up.
He's not a stupid goblin, is it? No. Wait. Yeah, he'll find us.
On that note, back to the center of town, or well, center of camp, where everyone's starting to pack up and migrate towards the mayor's tent. Gretchen sitting with you while you're babbling, and she just finally is there a point to all this? Do you need something from me or not?
Well, I don't know. Does it sound like I need something from you?
It sounds like you are rather confused, but I do have to get this little one to safety. Your companions are on their way out now.
Oh, and I kind of look back towards the volcano. I'm quite sure they are. By chance,
just-
where are you going?
Well, with them, of course.
Oh, so you're going to the shelter as well. I take it what you were wanting is in there.
I want many things.
Don't we all?
It's possible.
Well, since we're heading in the same direction, shall we walk and talk?
Certainly. She starts walking with the little girl beside her. What did you have on your mind?
Many a things, of course. But I'm sure now that you've heard them all, I'm sure you know what's going through my mind.
You would like me to do you a favor?
But is it really the favor that I want?
Well, all you have to do is ask, and we shall negotiate the price.
See, that's the funny thing about when you're not sure. Is it really what you want to begin to negotiate with in the first place?
You are double talking, young one. Tap, tap. You dabble with the master.
Oh, I'm sure I do. So, I do have a question. I see that you have made it all the way over to my land. How was it? Going from one side of the world to the other and back.
I am there now.
You are.
Why, yes. As I am also back in Waterdeep now, making a deal with a farmer.
That is a very, very neat trick that you have there. By chance, I know we can't. I know you probably won't say, but how exactly does that work? Doesn't that mess up something? I mean,
Never.
It's magic.
so what happens if, like, for instance, and I'm just saying, what if we all die? Does this body here too cease to exist and just you pop into existence in other spots?
You assume there is tangible form to this body at all places at once?
I mean, I carried you all day. You felt quite tangible to me.
That was fun.
Ah, I bet it was. Well, I see that they have figured out whatever they're wanting to plan. Probably something to do with the murders, which I no doubt.
Oh, and thank you, by the way.
For what?
Oh, your part in that.
Oh. Really, I'm sure that you had more play in it than I did.
Well, you were quite useful.
Seems I'm just a one-trick parlor.
But as it stands, you did come back for me, and that was nice. I've taken note of that, and I'll remember that in the future.
Oh, I'm sure this won't be the end of seeing you.
Well, I hope not. We've got a long stay together, don't we?
That is always up to interpretation.
So, I'll ask you one last time. Is there anything I can do for you?
Not at the second, but I will ask if I ever need to get a hold of you. What do I do? Just call out your name, and
Oh,
you
of course.
will be right there.
Oh, with the terms of the deal? Of course.
Will you already know what I want when I call?
You have to ask. That's how these things work.
Oh, is it one of those ones where I have to put it in writing and then put blood to it for it, or
Why, yes.
okay?
Don't worry, I'll have the contract drawn up.
I bet you will.
Well, your friends are waiting.
By chance, one question for you. What's the little girl's name, or what was her name?
That is not important. What is important is what will her name be? Think on that one. Come, young one. And walks back towards the crowd.
I'm going to walk back towards the group.
Makut comes back to the party.
Hi.
Hi guys, what's going on?
Hey, he came back. That works out well for us.
Go ahead.
No,
Is Bakut back or we
Yeah,
just-
everyone's back. Y'all are all together again.
Where the hell you've been? Let's get to the shelter.
lead on. I'm sorry, I was detained inside the town.
A lot of the people are starting to follow Rod towards the door now.
Detained? They found out about? Never
Where's
mind.
Where's the mayor?
He's also detained.
Well, I didn't see him, so don't look at me.
Let's just go. It's best we ignore this whole situation ever happened. You know what? Ask Dermot. He can fill you in later.
I hop on the back of the cart.
Okay. So everyone's on the cart. You ready to roll?
Yeah,
Yep.
let's roll.
Let's roll. All right. Cart rolls up. Y'all follow the crowd. You get to the doorway, and Rod gets up in front of it and goes, "Now what?"
Try open sesame.
See him get up and start pulling on the door.
Do either Andara or I know anything?
Yeah, you do. There's a button.
Do we know where it is?
You can see it from here.
Oh, okay. Can these other guys see it? Or
This arrow's pointing at the button. And the guy's like, what do we do now?
Well, Dermot sees it right off the bat because it's supposed to be clear.
Yeah. It's
You guys
labeled
see
in
it 'cause you've
Dwarven.
read.
Open.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
press. It says press.
Yeah. So he's just pushing on the door.
It's broken.
We're doomed.
Now calm
just
down
walk up
there.
and push the button?
You daft human. Don't you understand anything about Dwarven technology or Dwarven engineering?
And I push the button, and the door just starts to slide down into the ground.
It's not too bright. I say to Dermot.
No,
I just kind of
no kidding.
You look in. It's pretty dark, just like y'all were expecting. Kind of reminds you of somewhere you just recently escaped from.
Gutter.
Well, I believe that Stefan said he had an arrangement with you. I hope that I can trust that you'll...
Kind of what I got from it.
You're muted.
Anybody leave any remains they come across undisturbed? I look at Ardo. And I say it would be in their best health to do so.
So apparently there's a curse, and it's possibly transferred to another, but we don't know how or why.
Usually only if it's the gold or the bodies are disturbed. So leave it alone. We may need to find a rod. Not you, Rod. Another rod.
A magical rod. No offense, Rod.
Oh, I think you're pretty magical, Rod.
Whoa!
He beams a bit at
This
that
is-
one.
Not in that way!
Not in that way, you dirty
This is
drow.
entirely too many rods being said over here.
All right. So y'all, we'll follow behind, but at a distance.
Does I'm looking around for
Yeah.
a shut the door button
Yeah.
once everyone is through.
Rod takes up the behind.
You do see one, yeah.
Okay. I'm sure people have torches with them and stuff to light up the area.
Yes.
Okay. Is there? I guess we need a general layout and size of this to sort of get an idea of our orientation and.
This thing's wide enough. Y'all could. It's like 15 foot wide. Y'all could walk 3 abreast easy.
Yeah, it's not like a main hall or anything right now. It's just a tunnel going straight forward.
Tunnels going straight in. Yeah.
How far down can we see?
It goes to the end of your dark vision and continues on past.
One Martian prostitute wide. Gotcha.
Do we see any like corpses or anything like that? Anything interesting, or is it just cut stone right now? Or
Right now, it's just cut stone,
yeah, okay,
cut right out of the mountain.
okay, all right. Probably best if we don't get too far ahead of ourselves without having, any kind of trap detection. Master Rogue, how do you fare with that sort of situation?
About as far as I did the last time we went through a trap-infested dungeon.
Well, could you save our
So that
lives
means
and get us through
probably
this one?
way back
We
here.
lived! So, do you feel like giving it another shot?
Sure.
You keep saying that, I just rub my eyebrows. I'm gonna be back here.
What's your marching order?
In the cart?
Well, you know what? Looking at it, you are going to go in tonight. You got the volcano erupting behind you.
Yeah. I think
Rod
we'll
and the
try
people
and,
are.
slowly try and get people in as safely as possible so that everyone can be in and we can shut the door, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's the
So
plan.
you guide them into the hallway. Ardo, you can tell if that's the plan here. Everyone's agreeing? Yes?
Yep.
Okay. You guide them down the hallway, Ardo.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell from this that it is all cut straight out of the stone. And Dermot, you can second him on it. There's nowhere to put a trap in this one so far.
Not even magical traps? Would those be the same?
There's no runes on there. So yeah, it's in the same situation. You go all the way down and it looks almost like it was carved like a throat, like you're fixing to be swallowed in a stairwell going down. But the hallway is long enough to get everyone, all of the refugees and the carts inside. Do you
Yeah.
stay back and close or?
Yeah. Yeah, once everyone's through, I'll
All right.
shut the door.
Okay. You shut the
front
door. Party all back up together again, looking down. This is a long spiral stairwell. It's still the 15-foot across, so you can get a cart down, but it could be bad.
Right.
So you got the whole village counting on you.
The distance of the volcano, how far away was it from where we are currently? Like, I'm just trying to factor in possibility of lava flow reaching that door.
You would severely doubt it.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
there's swamps and stuff around, so it would probably get cooled off in the swamps. And
Yeah, that's right. The only thing that is concerning is you're thinking about that other camp of people right now. You know, where were they at? Oh well, that's
not
not
much
the
we can
problem.
do about it.
They're not
But-
in here?
No,
They
Well,
weren't out
they-
there?
camp
Unless they
further
made
down
it-
the road.
Unless they made it that far ahead of us, or there was another entrance to this place.
Yeah, they haven't made it in yet.
Yeah. Not our
But
problem.
judging from the time, with the dungeon right ahead of us and all the people counting on you, let's stop here.
Yeah, so that'll be the end of week 5. Thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube if you missed any episodes or you want to catch up on the past, or maybe meet the very first incarnation of Gretchen. She appeared in the original Dungeons & Dragons campaign also. We should be back in 2 weeks. Stay tuned, and we'll see you then. Bye for now.
Adios.
Adios.